Hi, and welcome back to Sacred Foundations. This is May 2022. This will be our frequency work and guided meditation. I'm Julia Frainer with Jill Chesro. How are you doing today, Jill?
I'm doing great. Excited for your meditation and the frequency work. These cards to me this month were just perfect for this time.
Yes, they are. I'm excited to feel your frequency. Sometimes when I go into the guided meditation and I'm feeling the work, I'm feeling it, and I kind of get lost and start drifting. So I always have to remind myself to be back in this present moment, that I'm the one guiding, and I'm not just like floating off with the vibes you're sending across the United States to me. So
I definitely have the easy part. You want me to share this screen once you start the meditation so people can see the cards?
Yeah. So
just as a quick reminder, if you are new to this guided meditation and frequency work, it is based off of the energy of the cards. So hopefully you were able to tune in and listen to the card reading message overall. Not mandatory though, by the way. So if you just kind of drop in for the meditation and frequency work, that is wonderful as well. This is not in place of licensed medical care or licensed therapy, but the frequency work is here to support you wherever you are on your journey to help balance and harmonize the body system, but again, not in place of licensed medical care or therapy. So, Jules, anything else you want to add before we start?
And whenever you come across this video is exactly when you're supposed to come across this. So in other words, there is no time space when it comes to the frequency work. It's out there and you're receiving it just when you need it. So yeah, thank you, Jill.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up too. All right, let me see if I can screen share these cards. Oh my goodness. Let's try this.
This is such a beautiful opportunity for people to come back. I see it. It's there for people to come back again to the work. So we were just talking earlier that it's never a one and done. And so maybe coming back to the frequency work again and receiving the energy all over, going through the meditation. You can just do it more than once too.
Yes, and I also want to add for those that are not maybe as familiar with frequency work, I call these quantum frequencies. They're just filled with divine love. I am trained in Reiki, reconnective healing, and the reconnection. Julia, you are a Reiki master as well, correct?
Yes.
So these frequencies are along the lines of that. I feel like all frequency work is just divine love, whatever name that you give it. So those are the frequencies that that we're working with in this, and again, for the highest and greatest good. So all right, I am going to mute myself and just be present with this beautiful guided meditation.
Thank you. So I just invite you to really be in a comfortable position. You can be sitting down, or lying down may even be better for this one. And just a few really good deep breaths to sink yourself into that beautiful earthen temple of you. And this would be an inhalation through the nose and really exhaling with that sigh through the mouth for a couple of more breaths, the deep breaths. Just a full inhale. And on that sigh, feel yourself sink deeper and deeper. And then coming into your own natural ebb and flow of breath. Breath is life. There's no rushing in this moment. There's just now. It's time that you're giving self-honoring. Notice as you sink deeper, but the breath is slowing and lengthening. And when you're ready, from the base of the spine, you'll open up and just let a grounding cord begin to drop down through the seat or the floor, whatever you're sitting on. Start making its way through the many layers of Mama Earth. And following it there in your mind's eye, what that's like. As all roots, it feels at home in the soil. There's delight as you come through the layers and land at the crystalline core of Gaia. The Great Mother herself is there to greet you. So notice what this core looks like to you. It is your space and your place. What crystals are there? Stones, other roots. What is this room that you've landed in? Along with meeting the goddess Gaia herself. Just notice and observe. As you do, notice that you're feeling more and more comfortable, like returning home. And the goddess invites you to sit down in the most comfortable, beautiful, welcoming chair. And you curl up there. She brings an earthen colored blanket and wraps you up. You notice that it's warm moss. It's holding you. It's soft and warm. And she sits next to you. And you rest. And as you do, you're reminded of the cycles of life. The birth, death, and rebirth that happens all the time. And the Great Mother, she sees this, she shows you this, season after season. And as you curl up, you now are also the observer and the observed. Noticing yourself more in a fetal position, curled underneath that soft, warm, mossy blanket, with the mother running her fingers through your hair. And you rest. And in this earthen space, it's dark and safe. And you feel and see the great connection that you have in her home on this planet. And you feel yourself lying there, and you also witness yourself lying there, all curled up in that wonderful, soft chair that she's offered, wrapped in that beautiful, warm, mossy blanket. And you notice within you, there's a little bit of a stirring. Little roots are starting to come out, little tendrils. connecting you even deeper with all that is. And you're there, and you begin to recognize that as a seed is you, you are likened to the seed. And what is wanting to be birthed from you? Just notice, witness, allow it to come to you. Maybe it's a large project that you've been thinking of. Maybe it's to be in a state of grace and ease and calm. Maybe it's to offer yourself moments of meditation and mindfulness, whatever it is. You see that, you feel that. And those gentle little roots, those little tendrils are plugging in to that. And as you feel that little bit of a stirring, you know that the great goddess, Gaia herself, has you. She holds you. She's excited to see this little bit of stirring, the possibilities that lie within you. And she whispers, "What's possible, dear one?" And as a seed begins to crack open, you feel yourself expanding just a little bit. And little shoots are wanting to start coming out. There is now an unfolding in the connection of the all. And the Great Mother welcomes it. She nurtures it. And she tends to you. And when you're ready, you know when it's time to start rising. And she holds your hand as you begin to unfurl yourself even more. You begin to lift up, and those little sparks of energy are lighting your way. And you rise from the seat, and you embrace her, and she you, and she watches you grow and grow and lift through all the layers back up. And as you emerge, your intention, that which you're wanting to birth, is emerging with you. Reaching for the light. Reaching for what is possible for you. And as you stretch and your leaves unfurl and all the little tendrils have you completely anchored with the Great Mother, you breathe in full and deep. And the Mother has you. And Father Sky and that great sun is kissing you with the warmth. And you know that anything is possible. All you need to do is plant that seed. And as you are there, as the observer and the observed, you are reminded that in this moment and in the next and in the next and so on, you are enough. Allow that to be drawn in from the warmth of the sun. Allow that to be drawn in from the moonbeams that will shine tonight. Allow that to be absorbed through those roots from the Great Mother into your beingness. You are whole and complete. You begin to blossom and bloom and curl back in and visit the Great Mother again and again into that cycling and recycling of becoming you. You are worthy of the time. You are worthy of the moments. And you are worthy of the gifts. And as you repeat that to yourself, I am enough, I am worthy, and you get curious about what's possible. Feel into the great support that you have from the cosmos and from Earth. And when you're ready, in the next breath, find yourself back into your beautiful earthen temple of you. And in 3, 2, 1, join us back here. And now is a really good time to make any notes or journaling of insights that came to you. Welcome back.
All right, so assuming that you already paused the video to take your notes or whatever, I'm going to go ahead and share what I felt on my end. But I don't want this to interfere with what came through for you specifically. So if you haven't already paused the video and you wanted to just jot down any visual images that you saw during the meditation, any feelings that you felt in your physical body, any knowing or insight that came through, any sounds that you heard with your inner ear outside the sounds of the room, or even sounds that you became aware of. A lot of times that actually is symbolic and can mean something for you. So if you haven't already, we hope that you take some time to jot down anything that came through. So assuming that you've done that, I just wanted to share some of the stuff that came up during the frequency session. So when we look at the body from an energetic field, we've got our meridian system that's on the inside, and we have our energetic field that extends 8 to 10 feet away from us. So there's energetic bands that surround our existence in this lifetime. There's a lot of sacred geometry involved with it, and for whatever reason, the geometry of our full potential is not optimal for various reasons, or not functioning as well as it could be. So when energy work is done, oftentimes there's going to be, some releasing or some clearing of the bands and supporting them so they can be in their greatest alignment. So there was energy band clearing, stuff that no longer serves you, kind of like an upgrade to the energy system, if you will, in some regards. So you may have noticed that you felt shifts in your physical body. Maybe you noticed that you were feeling discomfort, and then that discomfort eased, or tightness or stiffness, and that you felt like your body kind of opened up, your spine elongated, maybe your range of motion in your neck or other parts of your body opened up. So what I felt was just this big opening for many people, maybe not for everybody, but a nice opening. So Pay attention when you look around the room. Does it look brighter to you? Are objects clearer? Does your body feel better? Insight wise, there was just a lot of grounding energy, oftentimes in correlation to what Julia was saying in the meditation. But this really deep presence of being in this physical world, connected to the earth, and then connected to the above as well. So yeah, there was just a lot of workings with the energetic bands in the body this time. So that was really cool. Julia, did anything come up for you when you were doing the meditation?
Yeah. So I'm glad that you mentioned that, because there were these moments where it was like this surge, and for me, of this energy, and I could feel this surge coming. So it was sort of like that undoing and clearing, that opening. And I wanted to also be really grounded in that, so that surge would come through. So thank you for saying that, because I was feeling it, and I was like, oh, I want to like rise really quick and just, receive it all, and at the same time stay really grounded. So that makes sense to me when you said that. The greatest thing that came, though, was that sense of you are supported, you are enough. This card has been the one card this month that kept coming to me, and it just feels like it really needs to drive home that whatever is happening in the world or your life or whatever is going on, to know that you are fully and completely supported by earth and by heaven. Everyone is held. We are held. So beautiful work, Jill. Thank you so much for your frequency work.
And thank you for your beautiful presence and meditation skills. I also want to mention that with that unfolding card, I was thinking about when I like roll out my yoga mat, and how it just, I kind of give it a quick little shove, and it just nicely unfolds. I was getting the image that for some people, that sometimes it might feel like within that unfolding, that things are not unfolding in the way that you would like them to, or they're not unfolding fast enough, or in fact, for whatever reason, are not unfolding at all. Like it starts to unfold, and then there's a pause. So two things. Sometimes that pause is perfect and needed and extremely beneficial. And at other times, that lack of unfolding, there may be more information there for you to be aware of as to why is it not unfolding. Well, sometimes if I go to open up my yoga mat and I'm not paying enough attention, there's actually something under there that blocks it from unfolding. And then I just need to take that thing out and move it out of the way, right? That's a really grounded, real thing in the real world. Sometimes that's a little bit more energetic and symbolic. Well, why I can't see necessarily why my mat's not unfolding properly, but it's not unfolding. At that point in time, then, you might want to reflect a little bit more and say, is there anything that I need to be aware of that things are not unfolding in my life right now? So I hope that makes sense. And then another thing I want to say, and this kind of happens always when we do this frequency work, sometimes more than others, but during the frequency work, there was actually time spent in each area of these cards. So the first card is like the theme of the reading. The second card is our hopes or fears, or how we really feel about something, just additional insight. Then the third card, which in this place, I don't know, can you see my cursor moving, Jules?
Yes.
So this is the first card, this is the second card, then this is the third card. The third card's known as the helpful energy card, and the fourth card over here is the obstacle energy. And then the fifth card is the answer, outcome, advice card. So connection to above and below is always a great answer to everything. But regardless, there was time spent on each segment. So in your life, that frequency work will have supported you in some way, shape, or form in these specific areas, which is why it can be helpful to listen to the card reading, sit with the cards themselves before the frequency, meditation work, just to kind of see how they're speaking to you directly. So just something to keep in mind. I am so grateful for you, Julia, and for everybody that is joining us in this video, whenever and wherever you are.
I'm grateful for you too. And thank you for sharing that about unfolding. And if I can just say one more thing, we sometimes have to get out of our own way. Like your yoga mat, my yoga mat, it just unfolds on its own. It just knows what to do. And we intuitively know what to do. So if we get out of our own way and just allow what's possible to unfold, it's beautiful. Thanks, Jill.
Thank you. And thank you everyone again for joining us. We will see you in June for the June reading. Bye.
Great magic. Yeah. Bye.